We gotta listen to the song for a little bit. Missed it. At some point, it's gonna go down, down. There it is. All right, welcome students. Today we have a very special edition of Mr. Webb's lecture. We have a special guest over here, Mr. Dickson. Hopefully you can see him on the iPad. He is live from his house, and I am live here from MBMS Remote Room 41. It is week 5, day 2. It's a Tuesday, another beautiful day. It is April 28th. We are on vocabulary word number 123, DNA, which goes hand in hand with our study of cells. Before we jump into that, I'm going to do some quick birthdays. We haven't had a birthday in about a week. I've been checking every day. I might miss them if they're on the weekend, so I apologize. But weekday birthdays today from 6th period, Mateo Eder. And from which period do I have? Ava Leo. 2nd period, Ava Leo. So happy birthday. Hopefully you're enjoying that good weather. Mr. Ryberg's daughter's birthday's on Thursday. And so I think we're going to do a drive-by of her house and give her a what's up. So Mr. Dickson, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, Mr. Webb. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us. I've seen you almost every day in our staff meeting, but I haven't seen you in a couple days. So you're hanging in there. Your kids are doing their work.
My kids are doing a great job. I'm very impressed by the time and the thoughtfulness of the work that they've been turning in. You know, I know this is really new for everybody, but they've been doing a great job.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I got a chance to do a bunch of grading this morning of their presentations, and it was really, really good work. So I was very happy. And I did get a chance to see some of your students' presentations, and those were amazing as well. So let's jump into DNA. So I did watch a quick YouTube to see how to pronounce this. Deoxyribonucleic acid. I messed it up. Do you know how to pronounce that word, Mr. Dickson? I know you can't see the screen, but deoxyribo. You know that one?
Deoxyribonucleic
acid. Yeah. Can you see it on the screen? No?
No, I'm popping this off the memory.
Oh, beautiful. Wow. Anyway, so it's a molecule that carries most of the genetic instructions used in the development, functioning, and reproduction of all known living organisms and many viruses. So some viruses have DNA just like we do. It's a concept that we could really talk about every single day in 6th grade science and still not know everything about it. But the reason I'm bringing it up now is because we've just started talking about cells. Every cell has DNA, and it's a very important part of how cells work. We will go much more into detail on DNA. Super fascinating. We do a really fun lab where we try to extract the DNA of either a strawberry or other things like that. So maybe that's something you could try at home. We won't get a chance to do that here this year, but I think they also do that lab in 8th grade. So that's probably a good thing we're not doing it. But anyway, we'll talk more about DNA, but we want to check in here with Mr. Dickson while we have him. So one question I had for you, I asked this question in a video, a Greek figure, because we were talking about eyes, a Greek figure that only has one eye. Cyclops. And can you name an X-Men? Well, I guess, yeah, you could. Yeah, that wasn't a very hard question. All right, okay. What is his name? Cyclops' real name.
I'm thinking Bruce, but I don't think that's.
Bruce? Yeah, Bruce Wayne is Batman.
I don't know. What's Cyclops' real name?
It's off the top of my head. I think it's Scott Summers. Does that sound right? So there's been a lot of fun trivia nights. I've been doing one with my cousin, and we got to do one with Miss Maddox the other day. And she didn't have any comic book questions. Maybe she'll throw those in there next time.
I'm hoping so. Our team struggled with some of those questions. They were pretty tough, but I think we finished 5th out of 10 teams, so
yeah,
I'm pretty happy with that.
You guys did well. So what else have you been doing to spend your time? You are isolating out there?
Yeah, so as my students know, I like to ride my bike, so I've been riding my bike as much as possible outside. And before that, I was riding my bike inside on a station bring on an
Oh.
avatar, make it look like yourself, and the faster you pedal, the faster your avatar goes. It's pretty fun because I go on rides with my friends up in Portland, and our avatars ride together, and we chat on the phone while we do that. I know it sounds weird. It's been a weird experience.
Sounds cool to me. So, what do you need for that? You need a cadence, like how does it know how fast you're going?
That's a good question. They use this like algorithm online, and what you need is you need a bike, of course.
Right.
And then you need what's called a stationary trainer, something to put your bike on. So
Okay.
when you pedal, it stays in place.
Right.
Then you need a speed sensor. That's actually the only thing you really need.
The speed sensor.
You know, your back wheel, and
Okay.
it should be able to calculate fairly accurately how fast you're going.
Okay. Cool. So we have a fantasy bike league, the two of us, with your other friends. And how am I doing in that? Am I winning?
You know, I have to be honest. Usually when we do this, Mr. Webb is really good at doing research for this kind of competition. But because of everything that's happened this year, he's been struggling a little bit. He uses some specific websites that help him, and those haven't been available.
Yes. Yes.
So I think Mr. Webb in the first 2 cycling races has really struggled. So you guys need to give him some support in his YouTube channel.
Oh man, it's rough. I thought I picked. What about Alpha Philippe? Alpha Philippe didn't have a good run.
You know, the Frenchman Alpha Philippe did not have a good run.
Oh.
There were some rules in this digital race that wouldn't apply in real life, so it made it hard for him.
Yeah, I mean one of his skills is climbing, right? And that didn't seem like it was as big of a deal.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay.
I do want to say, before I forget though, that
Yeah.
I know that your channel, Mr. Webb, has been really inspirational amongst a lot of our students, and I know that everybody really looks forward to watching your shows, including myself and other teachers. So I wanted to just say thank you for producing this show. This is really great.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm really glad that you got to join us today. I do try to keep my videos about 8 minutes long, and so hopefully they're not too long for people. But yeah, I'm glad you're here with us. We'll have to have you back. This is an experiment. I'm not sure how the audio and the video is going to look, but basically it's just an iPad and then my phone, and then I have my microphone right here, and I think it's picking up everything that people are saying. But hopefully you enjoyed the guest star with Mr. Z. We got Mr. Dickson today. I'm going to try to loop in with Mr. Ryberg and grab him. And then, do you think Mr. Dibble would be up for it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I'll see if I can get a hold of Daddy Dibble and get him on here to complete the 6th grade humanities quartet. Very strong quartet, up there with the Beatles as one of the strongest quartets of all time. It'd be fun to kind of assign each of you a Beatle. Mr. Dickson, ooh. I'd say you're either Paul or George.
Okay.
Z's Ringo. I think John Lennon was the oldest, so that would be Mr. Dibble.
Yes.
The thing about it, the Beatles are very moody, and none of you guys are very moody. So
That's true. Maybe we need to think of a different band, like
Yeah.
the Monkees. Or
the
something.
Monkees, I think, would be more appropriate, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So, oh, I got someone at the door. Here comes June. Hey, June, what you doing? Look who it is. It's Mr. Dickson. You know Evan.
I was just playing doggy.
You're playing doggies?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna log off so I can get to my office hours. But Mr. Dickson, thank you for joining. We should do this again.
What's
Yeah,
that?
that's DNA. June, can you say DNA?
DNA.
There you go. She's out. That happens almost every video.
Put that in doggy.
All right, so I'm gonna play our song to get us out of here, and we'll do this again. This was fun. Yes, June. Thank you, Mr. Dickson. I'm gonna just. All right, we're gonna cut it there, and we'll talk to you next time.